Yahoo boys. Some people in fact, not only abusing me, some people have gone as far as abusing my father, who died in 1978, over the fact that I'm investigating Yahoo boys. Let me share a few things with you. Just a few things. Because you see, it's always good to have an understanding. We have been in this thing for a while. I just commissioned a project titled Understanding the Landscape, the Cybercrime Landscape. They've just given me a preliminary report. In 2022 alone, Nigeria faced a staggering onslaught of cybercrime. This thing you call Yahoo Yahoo. Why you harassing all these small boys all over the place? It's not small. It's not small. 2022 alone, I'm waiting for the report of 2023. We discovered that more than 71% of Nigerian industries, companies and firms fell victim to cybercrime. More than 71% of these companies you see in Nigeria are operating. Now, which company is happy or will thrive on this kind of a thing? You want to attract foreign direct investment. The moment you come in, Yahoo boys will attack your platform. You start losing money. And you think they will stay? It's beyond what we are seeing. We are rescuing the future of Nigeria by going into this cybercrime investigation and prosecution. Now, I tell you again, within that period, the Nigerian economy lost $706 million. These companies. $706 million to cybercrime. To the activities of these guys, you call Yahoo boys, that we don't take them serious now. Not knowing that we are sitting on a keg of gunpowder. And I go further. The alarming statistics continue with Nigerian banks losing over 8 billion naira to electronic transfer fraud in the first 9 months of year 2022. A system that lost over 8 billion to a particular scheme of fraud. And you are saying the EFCC should close its eyes to that kind of scheme. Are Nigerians fear on us? Are we even fear on ourselves? I give you another one. As I'm talking to you now, we discovered in almost all the states of Nigeria, all the subnationals, we have what we call the 419 training schools everywhere, where they harvest our children from primary school. They put them, when they leave their regular studies as in primary school, they close at 2 o'clock, they end up in some of these 419 training schools. They start indoctrinating them. These are facts. They first of all ask them, even their parents, to sign an undertaking. After that, they adopt them. Some of these kids start paying their school fees. They get indoctrinated into cybercrime as young as they are. By the time they get to secondary school, that's why you see them 100 level, 200 level, hacking, and you think they just started that way? No. We close our eyes to some of these things. These things started 10, 15 years way back. And we didn't take cognizance of it. We thought all was well with Nigeria. We thought all was well with Nigeria. Go to Nigerian universities. There is no exception. Even the children from wealthy homes are doing it now. It has become a culture. It's a trend. And these are the people you want to bequeath our future into their hands? And we don't know that responsibility is ours as their leaders to let them know that this is wrong. There is no future in this thing. To start telling them that for you to be great in life, it comes through hard work. Commitment to hard work. If that is the only lesson I'm able to pass across to them, by the work of, by virtue of what we're doing, I'm okay. I'm okay. Now, why Nigeria's yearly loss to internet fraud amounted to over $500 million in 1 year. In 1 year to internet fraud. According to, this is not even my report, this is report of Nigeria Communications Company, NCC. I mean Communications Commission, NCC. Now for context, what we call the BEC, the Business Email Compromise scam, as a category of cybercrime, is a prominent nuisance as it accounts for 40% of all cybercrime losses across the world. And it's one of the top 4 major cybercrime threats. Do you know now all over the world that cybercrime is the 3rd largest GDP, attracts the 3rd largest GDP in the world? Go and do your research. Attracts as much as $14 trillion, the 3rd largest GDP. After US, China, is cybercrime. And you want us to sit down here and close our eyes to that? According to the FBI report, between 2018 and 2021, over $43 billion was lost in BECs globally. And according to the email security website, Africa accounts for 60% of all the BEDs actors, not victims, people perpetrating this act. Africa accounts for 60%. And of all the BED actors in a regional distribution level, while Nigeria accounts for approximately 50% of all the BECs actors globally. 60% for Africa. Out of that 60%, Nigeria has taken 50%, the remaining 10 shared among several countries. And you think we should close our eyes to that? This is just a bit of what we have discovered. This is just a bit of what we are facing. I've known people have come here weeping. They went to borrow money and they started businesses. And some of these guys penetrated their platform and they destroyed their business. And they had to fold up with debt overnight. Nigerians. Alaji, if anyone has fallen victim of this Yahoo thing we are talking about, you understand the enormity of this problem. I was hearing with the judges now. Of course, I was even talking to them about this issue of restraining order and all of that they grant, as if people drink water. Because I don't understand. It's only in this part of the world that a state agency will be stopped perpetually from carrying out its statutory mandate. I've never seen it happen. Anyway. We got an alarm. A judge. She has been saving money for 4.5 years or 5 years. The daughter got an admission for postgraduate studies in the UK. She needed to pay £4,500. It's advance payment. She told me herself that she has been saving that money for almost 5 years. Suddenly, in one first sweep, under 1 minute, her account was hacked. And that money was taken away. 24 hours before that, the money was supposed to be transferred for the payment of the tuition. In the same state where we have been stopped from carrying out investigation. So she made a frantic call to one of my officers there. So I asked, which state is that? When the officer called me, he said, so state. I said, but did you tell the judgment Lord that we have a perpetual restraining order from investigating? He said, no. Eventually I spoke with her. He said, no, my brother, we didn't know about this thing, blah, 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 all of that. Even that order is not as if we can. I said, assuming the same bank that, holds the platform where your account was hacked, the same bank got a restraining order against us. Overnight, we had to do what we needed to do. Eventually, we got the money back under 24 hours. Wow. I said, now, my Lord, you are a victim. You now would understand what it means to join this crusade. when we're shouting left, right, and center, stop, let us join hands. Let's see. Because tomorrow you can be a victim. Your brother is coming from America, wants to start a business, and one 17-year-old boy just sat down somewhere in Mushin or, or Pape, and just swipe off the entire capital. The following day, the person will run back to where he's coming from. It doesn't happen anywhere. It doesn't happen anywhere. I brought in my Lagos of a 17-year-old boy. I was sharing also with them, who is studying history, 200 level. He's not doing anything science. Nothing science. He studied history and anthropology. How many of you studied that in school? The guy sat in my office in Lagos and demonstrated some things to me on my laptop. He asked for my account, my number. He knows my number. I gave him my number. Through my number, I got my BVN. He said, "Okay, he now mentioned the name of my account number to me at the bank." I didn't tell him anything. Yes. 17-year-old boy, 200 level student, studying history and anthropology. Now, that's not even the issue. The problem is, I see crime in that. I also see opportunities in it. So if you leave these guys, if we don't make them know that this thing they are doing is wrong, if you leave them, they will continue to see that thing as a culture, as a way of life to make money. If I don't investigate them, if I don't prosecute them, now what we do, on our own, we plead for light sentences for them. Because it's also going to be wrong for us to close our eyes. We plead for light sentences. Why? So that we can reorientate them. And that's part of the things we're doing. What joy will I derive in sending a 19-year-old boy to jail? You have destroyed his future, you have destroyed his career. Most time they give them options of fine and all of that after conviction. So we bring them back, we lecture them, we talk to them. This particular boy, when he was done, I said, look, Oga, I can make 10 million now. He said, I will demonstrate to you, I will move money from your account to my account now. I said, no, don't do that in my office. Don't let them trace that to this place. Don't. And he was actually ready to do it. In fact, when he opened the system and he was like, I didn't give him the key to my laptop. And he had access. He forgot that he was even in my office. He forgot I was around him. He was just, he got lost in that art. And I said, okay, now, why do you do this? Why? You know what he told me? He says both parents are farmers. They couldn't go to farm because of insecurity. He has two younger ones, one in GS2 and one in SS2. He's the one feeding his parents. He's the one responsible for the payment of the tuition of his younger ones. So what do we do? In as much as I want to do my job, like I said, I saw a big gate in that guy. I said, okay, from today, if you are able to get out of this, we will do our work. And whatever happens, I will certainly take up the responsibility of your schooling. Told my family, we are going to do that. I spoke to one of my friends who is also ready to help to take up the schooling of the SSS2 guy. So I'm still looking for someone who will take up the one for the GS2. Maybe Chu Sakuna will help me do that. So these are the challenges we are facing. So for people to just sit down out there and begin to condemn EFCC, they don't even have an iota of what we're doing. You don't even understand the enormity of the problems. You don't. Now we are coming up with what we call the Cybercrime Research Center as part of the project in our new academy, where we'll bring some of these boys during the vacation, the way they are capturing them, the way we have for one night training school. We're also going to come up with a hub that will help us to channel those skills. You can imagine somebody who never studied science. Imagine his proficiency in handling systems, hacking website. Now, assuming that guy that skill is channeled towards positive things, you can imagine the contribution he will make towards the economic development. So those are things we're doing. Those are the innovations we are bringing into this work. Secondly, I also want to let you know, in addition to some of this structuring agenda, the development in certain sectors of the economy, particularly illegal mining. We are going very seriously into the area of illegal mining. Gentlemen, if you see what Nigeria loses every day to illegal money, you will weep for this country. And these are areas where a lot of people don't even understand how the process is involved. So I'm talking to you. In fact, one of my key officers that I now brought in as my chief of staff is doing so much in that area, in his former zone in Ilorin. As at the last count, how many trucks of mineral resources have we seized?
40, sir.
We have over 40. You know what that means? Of lithium and all kinds of expensive raw natural resources. Over 40 trucks. Nigerians are the one doing it for them. Taking them to the mining sites, doing the excavation, doing the transportation, doing the loading. They must have passed through ports to ship that thing out. So we are seriously going to that. We are going to prosecute them. In fact, we started some prosecutions as well.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. We're going to give you details of how much we are able to recover from that. We have started recovering money. Finally, I also want to give you the correct position as regards, in respect of Yaya Bello's case, as regards his case. We have put out a public wars. Don't be surprised. There are people who are doing that every day. When things are bad, they promote it. Well, when there is an improvement, nobody talks. They keep quiet. And much of this work also lies in our hands. So we must find a way of working together. There are things that may not be expedient for me to divulge. Yes, you respect us for that. Whatever I give us, let's look at it. Also I discovered that some of us, with due respect to us here, some people mischievously will go and take whatever I say out and twist it. The other time we had a party, the only thing one of you was able to bring out was that I said 7 out of 10 Nigerian young people or students are 419. That's the only thing he was able to pick out of so many good things we discussed. So many. So many. That will tell you how mischievous some people can be. But reform-minded people, few of us, who are committed to this cause, we will not allow them to succeed. Because of our tomorrow, because of the tomorrow of our children, we must not allow them to succeed. You are free to challenge me on anything I'm doing. We are colleagues, we are friends now. Take me up on some of these things. And we'll explain to you some of the things we are doing. There are ways to help us, to support us, give us information. That's how you build a nation. Some people now, just mere seeing EF, even without the CC at the back, they start any abuses. Just EF, without even knowing why EFCC name is mentioned. And they have come, useless people. They can't work. They are running after Yahoo boys. That's the only thing they know how to do. Come on. Elijah has been with us for years, right from my days as chief of staff. He understands the way we work here. He knows what we are passing through. Do you know the attack I face every day? From people that ordinarily should be supporting you. Do you know how many, what do you call those ritual places? Yes, how many places they have taken my name to? Invoking all kinds of evil spirits. But it will not work. Shu Sakuna, do you agree with me? In any case, even if I die now, in my 50s, nobody will say I die young. I don't care. I don't care. We must do it, all of us. And I'm going to repeat it again. If EFCC fails, all of us have failed. So don't think that Allah has failed. Don't mind him. Don't mind. We will see the end of EFCC. How can we be proud as Nigerians to be saying that we will see the end of EFCC? How? It should be our responsibility to ensure that we fulfill this mandate. So that posterity will speak for all of us. In your own time, you supported this crusade. And for the first time, we succeeded. Don't give us undue, support that we don't deserve. Let us just be objective in whatever we do. Let's be objective. I've given you some tips now. Go back, research into some of these things. For example, I've mentioned illegal mining. Research into some of these things. See how you can help us. Throw the challenge at us and see if we will not act. There is nobody that will not be touched though. Nobody who has ever dipped his hand into the treasury that we know, we have evidence on, that will not be touched. And I promise Nigerians that. We are going to bring equity. We are not going to investigate everybody, but we will bring equity and justice into it. If I can do Obiano from the southeast, if I can do Abdul Fattah Ahmed, if we are doing Idris Ahmed, if I can do my own kinsman, Olu Agunloye, Baba, who will support, do you know people have been calling me, abusing me? But we are doing it, we will do it. So why can't I do Yaya Bello? Why? Even in EFCC, we balance things up. Because this place belongs to all Nigerians. So that you think, because that has always been the mind of people, is a particular people, they are focusing, no, nobody is focused on any tribe here. And as much as we have the evidence, we do it. I'm a Yoruba man, I'm the chairman today. My director of investigation is an Hausa man. My chief of staff is an Igbo man. Deliberately, we will have to balance things up. So, if I focus on the southeast, you will say, God, what are you doing? Why are you holding my people? If I say it is not, Shuko will say, God, what's all this now? If there is anything you need clarification of, please don't hesitate to get across to me. If it's difficult for you getting across, get Wilson, get my chief of staff, get the director of investigation. They are all here. Let us do this work. Let us take up this challenge, and we will succeed. I tell you, we will succeed. Thank you very much. Good afternoon.